thank you very much, especially for that hairstyle.
And then we're wondering between you talking about the dogs and who should go to feed.
I know. All right, thank you very much. It was a beautiful one. But then I noticed the statistics she dropped there for the women is pretty high, and is a concern because growing up, we were told that women were supposed to, be epitome of good behavior, good, including what you take in, what you give out, and all of that. Why are we having so much spike upwards of women getting involved in drugs?
Honestly, from my work, I'm a mental health coach and I focus a lot more on women mental health. Many women are having challenges emotionally. It's emotional distress, and most of it, believe me, 90% of it, and I'm just being fair, because ordinarily I would say 98% of this problem stem from marriages. Family problems. In the broader perspective is the family problems, but you can break it down to marriages, divorce, so it is marriage again, single parenthood, single mothers, in-laws, the drama too. But yeah, it's some in-law problems have led to, because sometimes it can be really intense.
Yeah.
And then parenting. So you see, it's related all to marriage. Many women are unhappy. Many women are unhappy. The cases of abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse is so high. The weapon of control in the African setting is economic power. Economic power is the weapon of control by men. And that is why many men shy away or are reluctant to have women who are economically empowered, because you cannot control a person who is herself, who has money of her own. And dare I say it on air, the reason why women take the crap they take is because they have no choice. Many women, because if you can afford to be on your own, not that that's what you want, you can just say, I beg, I no do. But many women are in relationships that they hate, in marriages that they hate, but they can't get out. There is no support system. You go to your mother says, I went through the worst with your father. So just go back there and pray it away. And that's the motto, pray it away. Keep praying and keep hoping. And then sometimes if you're unlucky, you have the wrong circle, they will just suggest, why don't you just take this small something? It will help you sleep. Because you are carrying man problem on your head, you cannot eat, you cannot sleep, you cannot function. So somebody suggests in good faith, use this. I've been using it to sleep, so that at least I will not worry too much. And then you start to, and that's the thing about psychoactive drugs. You use it once, you get this high that makes you feel good, 100%. Then the next time you take it, you cannot get 100% again. You will get maybe 98%.
So what do you do?
So you take it more and more, because the more you take the drugs, the more the effect decreases. So that's why they keep adding and increasing it. And before you can say Jack Robinson, somebody is hooked. And that's why I tell people, please come from a place of empathy for people who do drugs. I'm not making excuses for them.
That's right.
But people hardly wake up and say, Kai, it's a beautiful morning, let me take some crack.
Yes.
Many people who take drugs, many of them are taking it as a coping mechanism, an unhealthy one, but it's a coping mechanism for them. So believe me, and that's why I think we have to create more awareness. And I'm not here to play the blame game. It's not that, okay, all marriages are bad. No, but believe me, the cases of narcissism, toxicity, negativity, infidelity in marriages today, it's to the roof. And you're expected to take it, Yes, so many women who take it in silence, but something has to give. When you put a bucket under a tap and you open the tap, water comes out. Of course, the bucket will get filled, and over time it will overflow. So sometimes that overflow is what happens, and then somebody will just lose it.
Okay. I don't know, Devon, do you seem to agree? Or?
I feel as if marriages today are actually better. I could be wrong. I feel as if my mother's generation took far worse from their husbands without becoming dependent on drugs, for instance. Like, I know that in my mother's generation, money or no money, you could run away from that man and your parents would beat you up, tie you up and bring you back and beg the man.
And apologize to the man.
Yes, and apologize to the man for your strong-headedness. So right out the door, you knew that you didn't have a support system. Even it went beyond your mother telling you go back and pray.
True.
They would threaten you. They'll tell you not to bring shame upon them. They didn't even want to know what the man had done. Yeah? You had that. You had men who would regularly get involved with their wives' sisters. Sometimes to the point of making children with those, and your parents would still be the ones to come and support the man and tell you how you should endure, because after all, the money is going to remain within the family. He didn't go outside, and all kinds of crap. So I really feel as if, you know, when I see small girls on social media talking about men want our generation of women to be like their mothers, are they like their fathers? You should thank God that today's generation of men are not like their fathers. Today's generation of men have people asking them questions, even if not in their family. The larger society, for instance, a video comes out of a man putting his hands on his wife. You see the man insulted, you know, trashed. 1 or 2 NGOs will come for him. He may lose his job. Back then, it was standard practice. You dare not even complain. So what I'm wondering is it that our mothers back then were emotionally and psychologically stronger, or they just didn't have access to these products? Which one is it?
To be honest, how would you even know?
No,
because
what?
you see, whether they were psychologically stronger or not.
That's why I'm asking
because
the
you see, there are signs and symptoms that we took for granted. Many of our mothers were really angry women.
Oh, yes, they were.
So you see, and that's the effect.
They were. But these ones that are taking drugs now, are they not angry?
They are angry and
they are
still taking
angry
the drugs.
too.
Yeah,
so I'm asking,
I think it wasn't.
My question
those drugs
is,
were not,
how did those ones get by without doing drugs?
How do you know they weren't doing drugs? That's another thing. You don't know.
Because it might be local drugs.
Yes.
How do we know now that they are doing it?
Because of social media.
Yeah.
It's rampant now.
Social.
We're more aware now because
You know,
I also think that back then
some
it
of
was much harder
some of
to
those
get these
drugs
Yeah.
were there,
Definitely.
like the Indian hemp.
Yeah.
You know, I think it has always been there.
It has always been
you
there.
know, used to cooked and all of that, but it was on a very
Low.
moderate, ratio. So people didn't get to notice what was going on. But I also think that I pretty much like Devon. I don't think our mothers went that far. Reason was morals were still, held intact.
Exactly.
A lot of things were still a taboo. I couldn't have seen any lady, if I was in that era, coming out of her house half naked and accept her. In fact, once there was something wrong with you socially, people close their doors. People close their doors against you. When you buy a car and bring to the village,
They will ask you questions.
they are going to ask, how did he make this money?
What are you
Is it not
doing?
these people we just sent to
Yeah.
Obodo Yibo to go and study? When did he even come back that he has already bought this kind of a vehicle? They interrogate your source of wealth. Because of that, people don't want to be ridiculed. And once they know that you're into ritual money, for instance, nobody wants you to come around their house to befriend
you
their
don't
son,
care.
talk less of marrying their daughter. So, but now, they'll tell you the end justifies the means.
Dogu.
And
You
they will go,
even
they
get
even
the
give you
first
title.
bench in the
I know
church.
they-
Exactly.
Because you are
And
the
they
highest
call you,
contributor.
and they call you
I used to
Odogu.
hear they call you
Odogu.
Odogu. Yeah, thank you.
You know this thing you're saying about, all the questions you just said. 2 weeks ago, I had a friend who were quite close. She normally does not talk, but I know she has marriage issues. She has marriage issues, and she bottles them and lies. I pity her and I feel for her. Why? Because you see, you have a bad marriage. So why are you pretending to me, who is single, that you have a good marriage? But you know what? As long as he makes her happy, I don't have a problem. But I realize that we're talking illicit drugs. And I'm happy he's here to. There's a big problem about a particular drug. It's quite expensive. And, they said it's not illicit. My friend used to be kind of big. And I just realized that every day she's losing weight. And one day I asked her, she said she was taking Ozempic. Many people are taking Ozempic. Ozempic is meant to be a diabetic drug. I do not understand why many women are taking Ozempic to lose weight because they want their husbands to look at them or their spouses or their boyfriends to look at them as being slim. Have we
Did she
asked?
say that? Did she say that's why she's taking it?
Yeah, that's why she's taking
They're
it.
taking Ozempic for
It's for the weight.
No, for weight
Yeah.
loss, yes.
Yeah.
But motive.
yeah,
What's
the
the
motive.
motive?
Did
The
she say it's for her
motive is
husband?
because I think the husband goes for the bottle figure. You know, that's why there's BBL and all that happening right now. And there is a problem. I want people to talk about Ozempic. Ozempic is not safe. Everybody says this person takes it. You don't have a nutritionist. You don't have a doctor that stays in your house. You want to compare yourself with those people who are there, who have the money. Even Ozempic is not even cheap.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap. So I don't know. There is a problem. Ozempic has taken over.
You
And we
know,
should talk about it.
when I read through it, somebody
Yeah.
was actually trying to buy me into it when I said I wanted to lose weight. And I wasn't losing weight for anybody, it was just for myself.
Beautiful.
It's good to know.
Yes.
I said I don't do anything until I go through it and do a lot of consultation. And I didn't even go too deep inside.
into it.
I got scared because
Yeah.
number one, it reduces your bone density and it leaves
that's
your
crazy.
body open for
Ozempic.
Yes.
Wow, that's
it
crazy.
cuts down your bone density very bad, and then before you know, you reach the age 40 or 50, or your body muscles and tissues and all of that are dilapidating. You know, because that's what it's chopping on. At the end of the day, you have more issues before you know it. So if it's not prescribed, don't take it. And if it's prescribed, follow prescription, because even the ones that are prescribed is for a certain number
Period
of
of time.
times. You know.
Can I quickly add something? You see, our major problem as a people is always looking for the easy way out.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
We don't like to do the work.
Yeah.
We don't want to earn it. You are having problems with your weight, you're having problems with your whatever. You don't go into the problem head on and find solution. You
That's
want
it.
quick fix.
Yeah.
And this is where we are.
That's why most of the time
It's always
illicit
about
drugs-
quick fix.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And there are some people who are not designed to be slender.
Thank you.
Thank
Simple.
you.
Just as there are some people who will never gain weight in this life.
No matter how much
what
they
they
eat and they
They
do.
come in all different
Sizes.
shapes and sizes, complexions, heights, and things like that, because variety makes the world go round. And there are men out there who actually prefer plus-sized women. There are men that you cannot
Wow.
pay. No, I mean, like, you should know.
Yeah.
Like, you should totally know.
And
Like,
then, can I
there
quickly
are
add
men you
something,
can't pay to date a woman.
yeah,
She has to be
Ashwarya
big.
Rai. Ashwarya Rai was the most beautiful woman in the world.
Who?
Ashwarya Rai. She was an Indian.
Yeah.
Her husband cheated.
Yeah, it's never about beauty.
So it is not about that. It's not
It's
about
not-
your
yes.
size. It's not about you. See, a person who wants to cheat wants to cheat.
Yes, yes.
You must. You
that's
might be
true.
the most beautiful woman in the world, but he still wants something
You
else.
are even mentioning Aishwarya Rai, that it took me a second to remember who she is. No go for Beyonce. Nko. Not about
You guys are
money.
wicked.
I mean, it's not about looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, see Beyonce, they resemble Mami Wata. They move out. She makes her own
Very
money. She's
sexy, yes.
intelligent. She's
I'm
got
telling you.
stars. If she can't cook, she can hire chefs
Simple.
of international
International
standards.
standards,
to cook.
yeah.
She can hire international standard cleaners to
Bam.
take care of.
I didn't say that
I
we
think
will be
sometimes
having
it gives them a flex.
someone